Hi everyone. A lot of people are unsure exactly what skills need to be taught in Suzuki Book 1. It's not exactly spelled out for you. You open up the book and it's just a bunch of songs. There's very little instruction and definitely no lesson plan. So it's kind of up to the teacher to create their own lesson plan, and students are often left wondering if they're being taught the skills they should be taught in Suzuki Book 1. When I take a beginner through Suzuki Book 1, I refer to a checklist that I created that tells exactly what skills should be taught in each song. Because in Suzuki, earlier songs prepare you for later songs. So it's important that you get the skills that you need in the earlier songs because you're going to need them later on. Now, I'm not going to go into quite that much detail here, but I will give you a quick list of about 20 different skills that really should be covered in Suzuki Book 1. Suzuki Book 1 is for absolute beginners, and so your teacher should cover things like how to get your violin out of its case, how to tighten your bow, how do we rosin our bow, how to tune, maybe how to put finger tapes on your violin. Those are all the preliminary things that should be covered. But then after all that preliminary stuff, you need to learn these skills. How to hold the violin in a relaxed, natural, secure way. How to hold the bow in a relaxed, natural, secure way. Just those two skills can take many weeks. So don't rush those. There's a lot to that. How to position your left hand to prepare you for playing the notes. The exact finger curvature, the exact finger angle that your fingers need to be at. There's a lot in just getting your left hand set. How to play with straight bow. You may not know what that is. It basically just means playing with your bow parallel to the bridge. How to stay on your sounding point or the highway. How to create good tone. And that's an ongoing process, but it's not too early to start that in Suzuki Book 1. Beginners don't need to sound bad. They can sound beautiful. How to play dynamics. That means how to make your violin louder or softer. You should be developing your ear training, comparing notes, distinguishing between different pitches, being able to match pitches on your violin, and finally being able to pick out a tune by ear. You should be learning basic one octave major scales and arpeggios. That's fairly standard for Suzuki Book 1. The use of finger glue, and that's my nickname and other people's nickname for basically leaving a finger down while other fingers are moving. So you kind of create a little anchor, and that's very helpful in some instances, and it's good to be pointed out by a teacher. Similar to finger glue is block fingers versus independent fingers. That's two different schools of thought. Your teacher might teach you one or the other, or they might teach you both. Block fingers is just putting groups of fingers down simultaneously. Independent fingers is putting one finger down at a time. You should be taught the difference between smooth, sustained bows versus short, chopped bows. Some people might call that legato versus staccato. They might call it sostenuto versus détaché. There's different words for those concepts. The important thing is just the concept more than what you call it. That you should be taught how to cross strings properly, how to change your bow speed, and how to choose your bow speed. Sometimes we have to change our bow speed for certain reasons, and it's good to know. You should be taught vocabulary words that appear in Suzuki Book 1 like dolce, ritard, fermata, forte, piano, things like that, basic musical terminology. You should be taught a downbeat versus an upbeat. O Come Little Children starts with a pickup or an upbeat instead of a downbeat. That's really useful to start learning. You should be taught how to give a cue without having to use words so that you can play with a pianist or with other people. And I like to start pinky development in Suzuki Book 1. I don't like to wait for later. Some people wait for later. That's a matter of opinion more than absolute. So that's about 20 skills. That's a lot. But Suzuki Book 1 can take a year or longer. Some people get through it sooner. That's plenty of time to cover these skills if you're doing it in an organized way. So if you're not learning these skills, ask your teacher. Sometimes the best students are the ones who ask the best questions, and you can help your teacher to be a better teacher by asking these questions. You can also come to my website, reddesertviolin.com. There's a link on your screen and also in the video description box. And come check out what I have. I've got a lot of free resources on my website, in addition to my Suzuki Book 1, 2, 3, and soon Book 4 courses. A lot of my online students are supplementing their private lessons with my online lessons. And most private teachers do not object because it helps their private students to do even better. My online lessons go hand in hand with private lessons. I've never seen a conflict. So anyway, feel free to come and visit my site. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.